What's up everybody, it's the one, the only, the Phenome, and welcome to part 4 of my Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void campaign playthrough. Now, in the previous video we did another 2 missions because I fell to the temptation of doing multiple missions in this Legacy of the Void campaign because it's so good, at least for me, and yeah, we continued working on Ire. And the first mission was where, by the premise, we thought, okay, so Zeratul needs to get to the Void Seeker to go to Core Hall and get this xel'naga artifact from Jimmy Raynor. Unfortunately, everything wasn't as simple. As it turned out, Amon had actually corrupted the Templar through their I guess this... I mean, I'm not too familiar with StarCraft lore, so don't bash me because I get something wrong, but from what I understood, this Kala, through which all Protoss are interconnected, this sort of... I don't know, this state of consciousness was corrupted by Amon, and through it he gained control over all the Protoss, except the Dark Templar who have these nerf cords severed. I guess that is one of the main differences between the Dark Templar and the Templar. Fortunately, Zeratul and a band of loyal warriors managed to get through to Artanis, and in single combat, Zeratul managed to defeat the corrupted Artanis and sever his nerf cord. Unfortunately, that cost Zeratul his life. And yeah. Artanis, then free from corruption, rallied all the Protoss he could by using this technique of severing nerf cords. I hope I'm saying this correctly, by the way. And yeah, he rallied as many Protoss as he could, and then made the escape from Ire in this ship you see here, the Spear of Adun. We had to do a mission to recover the ship and power it, but that was not an obstacle. We managed to do it. And unfortunately, obviously we know that all the other Protoss, including the commanders, for example, that we saw in Zeratul's vision of the final battle, so, for example, Executor Selendis, they're all corrupted. Right, but let's just go through this cutscene once again. If you have seen this before, then feel free to skip forward.
A marvel of Kalai engineering, and last of the 3 great arc ships, each created to ensure the continuation of our culture in a dark time. Within its chambers rest contingents of zealots, Templar who bravely sacrificed, entering suspension so that they may serve as this vessel's army. Though it pains me greatly, I have begun severing their nerve cords. The ship's lower decks contain a star forge capable of constructing weapons of war. There is much to learn about this vessel. Its technology is ancient, yet highly advanced. We are aboard a relic from a glorious time, when our culture shined as a constellation. The Celestial Array has been updated, Hierarch. From here, you may select our next point of travel.
With this vessel, we will avenge what has transpired, Karax, and we will free the Templar.
Ah yes, the instrument of vengeance. Alright, so we have our 2 destinations. We have Shakuras and we have Core Hall. Now, in my opinion, it would make sense that we first go to Shakuras to make sure that we rally all available Protoss to our side. The trip to Core Hall can wait, because this is important. If the Dark Templar somehow fall under the spell of Amon, then that would be another massive blow to Protoss power in the Caprulu sector.
Lost once more. My grand vision of reclamation left in ruins. I have failed my people. must not stand. The Nerazim of Shakuras ritually sever their connection to the Kala. Because of this, they are now the last free Protoss. I must reach them before Amon's armies.
Alright, so in this mission we're gonna have two new units, which one of them is the Dark Templar, which is obviously, as you all know, stealth melee unit, like Zeratul pretty much, like Zeratul was. And we also get the Kadaran Monolith, which is an extremely powerful defensive structure with slow attacks at long range. And yeah, and it does cost a lot. So this is another one of Carrax's units from. Well, this is the special building of Carrax in the co-op missions. Interesting information here. Population Protoss 194 million. Orbital period 2.1 cycles, which is years, I guess, and 2 natural satellites.
Is overrun. Loss of life is extensive. Hold. We are receiving a transmission.
Praise the gods. Artanis, you live.
Matriarch Vorazun, what has happened here?
Shakuras has fallen. The warp gate linking this world to Ire has been reopened. Countless hybrid and Zerg pour from the other side. They've obliterated our cities, decimated our Shadow Guard. We are trying to evacuate the remaining population, but I am uncertain whether we can hold long enough to get them safely away.
We will give you the time you need, Matriarch. My Templar are inbound.
Hierarch, before our armies engage the enemy, it would be wise to review our military capabilities within the War Council.
Alright, so this is, again, this looks familiar to how we did things in both Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. So we have our ship, and now we have our, we have our options in other areas. See Artanis pacing around.
It is so empty without the Kala. The voices of my people. Lost in darkness.
Unsurprisingly, Templar feeling the pain of not being in within the Kala anymore.
Carrax, even without the Kala's light, I can sense your sadness, your pain. Does the spear of Adun bring you no joy?
That is just it, Hierarch. Without the Kala, it is as if I am blind. I cannot sense your feelings, know the true depth of your thoughts. I cannot call upon the surety of other phase-smiths. I am alone.
I feel the isolation as well, as though thrashing within the vacuum of space. But you are not alone, brother.
To think, the Dark Templar have endured this existence all this time. The days ahead will not be easy.
We may not have the Kala to rely on, Carrax, but we still stand as one. We will endure. There is no other option.
Maybe that was something that, you know, secured the Protoss superiority. This ability to, you know, sense one another. So, yeah. Alright, so...
A preserver? Released from stasis?
She still bears her nerve cords. She is tethered to the Kala.
Hold. I am Rohana, Grand Preserver of the Valari, and your War Council Advisor. You must be the Executor in command.
You are not possessed by the Dark One. How is this possible?
I feel darkness lingering at the edges of my every thought, but I am not corrupted. Preservers of my station have trained to control the Kala's every ripple. I assure you, I will stave off this evil and serve you better by doing so. As all preservers, I hold the memories and personalities of Protoss prior to my submission to stasis. This will allow me to contrast your tactical decisions with those of past executors. From this chamber, you will be able to make all military allocations.
I am Artanis, Hierarch of the Daylon. I lead all that is left of our civilization. Your memories are indeed of use, Rohana. But make no mistake. If you fall to this corruption, I will not hesitate to destroy you.
It is understood. I am prepared for the Firstborn's darkest hour. Come, let me show you what may be done here.
Alright, let's see what she has to offer.
The assembly panel awaits, Hierarch. We may begin whenever you are ready.
Let's talk to Rohana first.
I have heard only tales of the Grand Preservers. I did not expect to encounter one aboard this vessel.
That is not surprising, Hierarch. My sisters and I are unique, trained from birth to master every intricacy of the Kala. I have experienced its true depth, plunged the infinite spectrum of emotion and memory. It is because of this gift we were selected to enter stasis, so that we may guide you in our most dire hour.
Your sisters were aboard the other Ark ships? Then they...
are one with the Kala, fallen during the Zerg invasion of Ire. I know this. I feel the tragedy that has befallen us, more deeply than you may realize.
A terrible burden has been laid upon you, Rohana.
Yet it is my fate to bear it. A fate foreseen by the same minds that constructed this vessel. I trust in their wisdom, Hierarch. I will serve my purpose, much as you must serve yours.
Alright, so let's see this assembly panel.
The assembly panel allows you to customize your army based on the Protoss technology we encounter. Now you may choose one of the two factions for use in upcoming battles. These assignments are not permanent and can be altered as our combat needs change.
Hey,
Many
very
battles
nice.
await you, Hierarch. Choose a faction and lead them to glory.
Alright, so we have Centurions.
Waits.
Ah, okay, so they have their Dark Coil charge. Well, they have Shadow charge, and then they have Dark Coil. So let's see again. Yep. After the charge, they can immediately use this. Then we have our... we get these really cool zealots. They get Whirlwind. For now, I'll definitely stick with these, because we are probably going to encounter a lot of Zerg. A lot of basic Zerg. That means lots of Zerglings, and Whirlwind is invaluable against them. Alright, so we have... Ooh! We have Stalkers, and Blink actually restores 40 shields over 5 seconds. Now that is curious. But then we can actually get Dragoons. Interesting. Dragoon chassis. Provides high amount of life at the cost of reduced movement speed. Okay. Ah, okay, they're slower. I'm not sure, to be honest. I might actually stay with Stalkers instead of Dragoons, at least for now. And then we have to complete more missions to unlock the other units and the third faction of Protoss, which, honestly, I have no idea who that may be. Alright, let's get the communicator.
My Dark Templar were tracking your invasion on Ire when we were cut off. Then the warp gate opened. What happened, Artanis?
Amon used the Kala to seize control of the Templar. I could feel his rage tearing through me, and I was powerless against it. Zeratul found me. It was there that he...
Yes?
He tried to free me. And he succeeded, at the cost of his own life. He fell by my hand.
It was Amon's deed, not yours.
Zeratul came to me with a warning, but I did not act. Because of this, he is now gone, and the stars burn dimmer for his loss. Amon's deed or not, I carry a burden, Matriarch. One that cannot be easily lifted.
Feels bad, man. Alright. So, what do we have?
The Zerg infestation is overtaking Telemetros. Our evacuation is already in great peril. Your aid cannot come soon enough, Hierarch.
Alright then. So, we need to aid the evacuation. We're gonna get our new unit, Dark Templar. And the mission reward is a new Spear of Adun system. Wonder what that is. So yeah, the Zerg infestation detected. I wonder if these are the units that they're going to be mainly using. So roaches and hydralisks, which means I probably picked the wrong faction of the wrong faction for zealots. But oh well. Warp conduit active, and right, complete the Amon's Reach mission without letting the warp conduit drop below 2,000 life. Oh, yeah, sorry. Free all Protoss launch bays before the last Void Thrasher appears in Amon's... Oh, for fuck's sake. Apologies for the language, but I really don't like Void Thrashers. Okay, and obviously complete the mission as such. Let's see what it presents. Completing bonus objectives will allow you to upgrade the Spear of Adun for the battles to come. Alright, so that's similar to how we could upgrade Kerrigan by completing bonus missions in Heart of the Swarm, or how we got research points to customize our units and buildings, and basically how we got extra tech for our Terran buildings and units in Wings of Liberty. Right. That looks like a hybrid, which means I'll probably be fighting hybrid. Oh yes.
Shakuras teams with Amon's Zerg broods. We hold only the southwest quadrant of Telemetros, and even that is in hell. We must evacuate our people, but the launch bays have been defiled with infestation. Only ground forces can clear them. Once the bays are free, the planetary warp conduit will allow our ships to escape safely.
The launch bays will be cleared. Your people will survive, Matriarch. This I swear.
Alright, let's go, go, go. Macro time. So, 4 launch bays that we need to release. We have a Dark Shrine here, obviously.
You will need the aid of my Dark Templar in this battle. They can strike from the shadows without fear of reprisal.
By the void. Clever. I will comply. Got to. I am but a phantom.
Right, just trying to understand here if there are any... Is there's anything here that can detect my Dark Templar bros?
I am intrigued.
What is that?
By the void.
Whoa.
Got to.
Artanis, I'm detecting a rift opening near your position. Avoid
Oh
Thrasher.
my days.
By the gods, it's sieging the warp conduit.
Uh-oh.
Karax, are any of the Spear of Adun's weapon systems ready for use?
Orbital strike is online. Designating targets.
Say hello to my little friend.
The Thrasher has been weakened. Warriors, move in and seal its fate.
Let's go, 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 before it hits the warp conduit anymore. Really? You took down 200 shields.
Orbital strikes can now be fired from the Spear of Adun's command panel, Hierarch.
So 2,000 life is the threshold. Alright, let's go warp gates. more probes. Right, wait, they're not sure.
Thrasher is slain, but it will be for naught if the launch bays remain infested.
Let's take down this. That.
These vaults hold the city's last energy reserves. Claiming them should aid you in the fight ahead.
Let's get rid of this creep.
I am but a phantom. Indeed. Completing bonus objectives will allow me to improve the Spear of Adun's power. There are 2 vaults left in the city.
Alright. 5 solarite. Okay. I can dig that. Alright. So we have some stuff defending up top.
You must construct additional pylons. This will provide us with supply we can use to train new
Really,
warriors.
Carrax. Additional pylons, you don't say.
You have not enough minerals.
Boom, and boom. There we go. Additional pylons. Meanwhile, I'll grab a couple more DTs and move out. Let's see if I can spot a spore crawler anywhere here.
But a phantom. I am the blade of the narrative. I am intrigued. Cartoon by the void. I am intrigued. I am
Alright, they seem to have no detection up to this point. Right, more probes. Got a little bit extra supply. We'll start warping in normal units at the back at base, so I have a proper strike force assembled. Because let's be honest, one detector and these DTs, well, they're pretty fragile.
I am but a phantom.
Nailed it. Ah, there we go. That's an overseer right there. So I'll hold off for now. Need to get some more units out. Still good for gas.
You require my skills. We move. I am here.
So these are our stalkers. Forge. We'll see if we actually need those upgrades.
Shore up our defenses. The Zerg are moving to attack our nexus point.
Roger that. Let's see if they have an overseer with them. Nope, they don't. Poultry forces Zerglings. Wrecked.
Fear is an illusion.
Right. Man, everything is so slow. Only 111 upgrades allowed. Well, that's not a big of an issue. Let's get some probes in and working on that Vespine geyser. It'll take a while until I saturate this this completely. Alright, let's get our OP zealots in. Let's see if I can just use DTs and stalkers to get this done. Oh, hello. What the hell was that? Ah, nice. Oh my days. How?
A second Thrasher. The conduit is under assault.
State thy bidding. You seek us. By the void. We are. What would you ask of
Oh,
us?
this spine crawler is bleeding out.
overseers ahead can detect our Dark Templars' movements. Slay them first.
I pass in the twilight. Cold is the void.
Oh dear.
We are one with the shadow. You seek ours. You acquire my skills. The darkness, I am the heart of darkness. For the reckoning. I will taste you. What would you have? We are the blade.
Right, I've actually been slacking a bit. I'll get some. I'll get a free pylon down.
Matriarch Vorazun, the first launch bay has been cleared. Continue evacuating.
Alright, that's done. Now this is a bit of a confusing situation. I don't know where I need to go. I'm assuming I need to go here.
You seek ours.
Whoa! That's a pretty cool transport. Alright, getting some extra pylons in. Actually build another 2 gateways. Upgrades are complete on this. Let's get some armor. Another couple of zealots. Let's go, zealots. Oh damn! I completely. Yep, that's a fail. I didn't realize there's spore. Feels bad. Really?
We stand unified.
Alright, let's get in.
Our pylon is under attack.
Oh! Could have at least warned me.
If possible, we should warp in more photon cannons. They will help our nexus point defend against enemy incursions.
Let our enemy know our fury.
Well, Whirlwind's still pretty effective.
Try the void.
Alright, I should be more aware about where bridges and things, other similar things
This would
are.
be an opportune moment to clear the launch bays.
Yep, we can clear this launch bay now.
We have secured a second launch bay.
Well done. Half of the bays are launching evacuation ships.
Alright, that's good. I'm presuming that this is going to be the next area where we need to go. I thought I added these here.
Upgrade complete.
I am here in the shadows.
I suppose I can build a couple of defenses. Right, where's that available? Probe.
Another Thrasher has appeared. You know what must be done.
Right, another thingy and another shield battery. Hopefully that will be enough of a defense. So this time I am on the right path.
The darkness, not
Alright, DTs.
I am intrigued. I am not a fan.
Alright, Overlord's not detecting.
The Zerg have extensively fortified this area. An orbital strike would help us break through their defenses.
Right. Let's go, let's go.
I am the blade of
Alright, let's go, go, go. Let's go, let's go.
By your will, base is under attack. We embrace the glory of battle.
Damn it. Needs more power.
Should
More
buy the
cannons.
conduit more time.
Alright, Solar Red reserves.
We have purged the infestation. Only one launch bay remains
Drop
disabled.
a pylon here, so I can get some more forward units. Needs more range.
I am the voice. I am here.
Alright, more stalkers.
I am here in the shadows.
And a couple more zones.
Cold is the
And nearly out of supply. Right, where's the probe? Needs another cannon. I'll just drop a couple more cannons. That might have been the sound of another... Oh, hold on.
fear is an illusion.
Let's move over here.
Shall be as you say. We stand. What would you
Right,
ask
what
of us?
was this? How did I notice this?
The shadows.
Can't really tell. I mean, if I free up that last...
In the twilight.
if I free up this last launch bay, I won't be able to get my bonus objective done. Alright, let's fortify that up real well. All the upgrades are finished.
We stand. What would you ask of us?
Alright, let's just scout this other side and see what we can find. Didn't pick up that gas.
Orange, she stopped.
Jakku Inak.
My meditation.
Ah, screw it. Oh, that was right on cue.
Amon has sent another Void Thrasher against us.
Nailed
Slay before
it.
the conduit falls.
Another Thrasher felled. Is there no end to these abominations?
The dark. Fear is
Alright, let's move on.
ask in the twilight. State the Jakku
DTs. Scout per me, please.
Justice.
The darkness rides. I am the. What would you ask of us?
drop a pylon here. Ah, that's how I can tell. There's this big move unit here thing.
What would you have?
You must construct additional pylons.
Right, so that's another power supply thing. Then there's a way up here. Wonder if I could possibly scout. So there is this middle bit. There's also this side bit.
Darkness rise.
Let's see. Let's have a look. Yeah, we might as well just charge in here. We have enough units for that. Just whirlwind our way to victory. I still wonder though
What would you ask of us?
if this would work. Let's drop another pylon. So that's the last launch base, so this is definitely the way we're gonna have to go in the end. So I'll go to the other side. Yeah, sorry for just running around like this, but I kind of want to explore everything I can before finishing off this mission. Fortunately, the build-up took so much time. Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Acquire my skills.
Stalkers, here, please.
Very well. For the reckoning, I am
You sure you can't blink there?
we
Alright.
one with the
I can't, since I can't build a robo, then I'll just have to content myself with what we have.
Nasperu Unadar.
Doesn't look like we can access that area from anywhere else. Oh, hello.
Cold is the void.
I think they don't have any air units. Ooh, what is this? Is that like a Dark Templar city, sort of? That is pretty cool. And I actually think I should... Yep, there it is. There's the last of the resource things, solarite things.
We are recovering the last solarite reserve now. The solar core should be augmented by the time our forces return, Hierarch.
Alright, good to know. There's a Void Thrasher. Fortunately, my guys are gonna need a bit of time to reach it.
Artanis, another Void Thrasher has been summoned. This one is in the heart of the city.
What a prick. You know what, these Dark Templar are just racking up the kills. 270 kills on these Kadar monoliths. Alright, that was close.
You seek out.
Come on, bros. Move. Can't wait until I get warp prisms. Then I can at least have some speed up in this thing. Alright, orbital strikes. Only where I have vision.
I am the voice.
Alright, let's go.
Would you ask?
Smashers are no match for the Templar.
Alright, and we nailed it.
Intriguing.
The launch bays have been reclaimed. Matriarch, you may complete the evacuation.
You have saved my people, Artanis, and they will never forget it.
Excellent. So, the achievements have been completed. Oh, I didn't get the last Thrasher. Damn it. So, yeah, I guess that was the last Thrasher since it spawned in the main base. Oh well. Things happen. So yeah, easily kept the warp conduit above 2,000 health, obviously 3 times that. Lost only 9 units against the 278 units lost for the enemies. I would say a pretty good one. Could have prevented more damage on the warp conduit, obviously. But again, it's just that I'm not that confident when I don't know the odds against me.
Despite this tragedy, I am pleased to see you once more, Hierarch. I had hoped that our next interaction would be your announcement of Ayer's reclamation.
As did I. Instead, the Templar have fallen.
Then the threat is greater than I realized.
We cannot let the same fate befall Shakuras.
It is too late for that. Amon Zerg poured through the warp gate as a tide of flesh and blade. They have already overrun Telemetros and are nearing the shrines of Lizul. This world is lost. With such an infestation, Shakuras must be destroyed.
Destroy Shakuras? I will not permit this.
Permit? Shakuras was my people's home long before we offered yours sanctuary upon it. I will not let this world be a den for Amon's forces. Worlds may fall to ash. What matters is that we endure.
To lose Shakuras and Ayer.
We are a vagabond people, Artanis. Our true home has always been Ayer. Let us reclaim it together.
It is fitting that the daughter of Raja Gal decides the fate of the world she helped forge. Let us make preparations at once.
Alright then.
The solar core requires your attention, Hierarch. Please visit it at your earliest convenience.
Alright, Carrix, chill out. So let's talk to Warzone.
Of all the Templar, you never wavered in the belief that our two peoples could live in unity. It is something I admired in you.
It is ironic to hear you say this. All this time, I believed you were reluctant to accept the unity I sought.
You and I had many a disagreement in the Twilight Council. For day by day, I saw my people losing what they were. I saw our precious old ways erode.
You wished to preserve them.
I am Nerazim, Dark Templar. I hold great pride in my people.
But you are also Protoss. That is the greater affiliation.
That is not what the Conclave believed when we were exiled long ago. Your kind had ire. Our culture is all we ever had.
Well, the Conclave doesn't exist anymore, so, you know, it kind of doesn't matter what they thought.
Without the Kala, the Nerazim are free from Amon's corruption. And to think we called them heretics once.
Yep, everyone makes mistakes. Alright, so let's customize the Spirit of Adun's combat systems then.
The Solar Matrix Core. Truly an impressive sight.
A synthetic star. Imagine what went into its creation.
Carrix is pretty pumped.
This chamber provides power to the Spear of Adun and all its systems. Its radiance even contributes nourishment for our warriors.
How long until you can bring its tactical systems online?
System analysis has begun, but the star has lain dormant for an eon. It will take time, and a powerful ignition catalyst like Solarite to restore it to full capacity.
Solarite? The Firstborn haven't utilized Solarite in millennia.
This vessel is ancient, Hierarch. We will need to exhaust even unconventional resources if we are to bring it to bear.
Do what you can, Faith Smith. We will acquire what you need.
Very well. You may begin augmenting the solar core whenever you are ready.
Alright, let's see what it can do for us. Come on.
Select the core to start reviewing your options, Hierarch.
Yeah, where are you gonna say first?
You look different, Phase Smith.
Ah, you must be referring to these mechanical arms. I constructed them to improve my efficiency while running the solar core. So far, they have been quite helpful.
He's so happy. Right, let's see what the solar core can do for us.
This array displays an overview of the Spear of Adun's weapon and support systems. Each system can only be configured to have one active ability at a time. You may select different abilities to complement your tactical decisions in different battles, Hierarch. Our current available Solarite is displayed here. Any leftover Solarite can be routed to our auxiliary systems. You may begin diverting Solarite now.
Yeah, this... Huh. Interesting, this warp and reinforcements thing can be very useful. I mean, if it can deploy a pylon with units, then obviously this becomes defunct. And, yeah, solar lance. Yeah, it definitely feels stronger than the orbital strike, which can do in total of 250 damage against 600 total damage with the solar lance. So, yeah. Obviously, lots of locked abilities at the moment, but... Right, warping structures, I think they're warping in a decent time. Supply, though, yes please. So starting supply plus 20. I'll very much like that. But yeah, all the rest of the Solarite, I'll kind of leave it where it is. All right, let's see War Council. Rohana can tell me something more.
All this time, this wretched little world was within striking distance of our fleets.
Much has changed since your era, Preserver. The Dark Templar are now our allies.
There was a time when the Protoss were broken. Throughout the aeon of strife, we tore at each other with wanton abandon. Only one path was ever found to end the madness and unify our people. The Kala. The Dark Ones rejected its light. They denied their own race. How can you fight for them?
For one so sworn to preserve our history, Rohana, how can you be so blind to its turn?
I see I have offended you, Hierarch. My apologies. Adapting to this period is difficult.
Get in with the times, woman.
Cloaked warriors are now available for deployment.
Alright, so we have, obviously, Dark Templar. They have Shadow Fury. Oh, yes. This ability. Alright, and we have Avengers.
Vengeance for ire.
Alright, so what is their ability? Emergency Recall. The Avenger is automatically recalled to a Dark Shrine with full shields and life upon taking fatal damage. Cannot occur once more than every 60 seconds. I'll take the full-on Dark Templars with the Shadow Fury. At least for now, it seems like the better choice.
The Shadow Guard waits.
If we'll be fighting Tal'Darim, I'm definitely gonna go for the Centurions. But for now, I'm gonna stick to the improved Zealots with the poleaxes. That's pretty cool. Alright, that is pretty much
The
everything.
evacuation ships have reported in. All are present and are being escorted by the Spear of Adun.
Thank you, Warzone. Alright, so we're gonna stop here, and in the next video, I guess we're gonna blow up Shakuras. Crazy, isn't it? It's pretty cool. But for now, that's gonna be it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you leave a like or a comment, that'll be much appreciated. And also don't forget that the channel has Twitter and Facebook pages. Check them out. The links for those can be found in the description of this video. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.